Hey everyone, for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the new banner, Majestic Advent New Shinobi. It'll be featuring the new unit KIRISAME, as well as 12th gen Mizuki, Valerie, and Charlotte. I'll go over KIRISAME's kit in depth and give a brief overview of everyone else. But for KIRISAME, he's a fiery human, and his slots are 6-star physical, 5-star defense, and 4-star defense and heal. The heal slot isn't the worst, although being a tank, the 4-star defense would suit him better, so I'd hold off on an LB7. For his skill, it has a 12-second CT and increases his arts by 30, and for 8 seconds lowers the enemy's burn resist by 30%. Nothing too crazy, the arts is pretty nice, and the burn resist is good for situations where you'd need to burn. For his arts, it has a 70% chance to burn and does 18,000 fire damage physical. Nothing insane, nice if you have to burn though. For his true arts, the first use, he enters third eye for 180 seconds, and during third eye it does 52,000 fire damage physical, and for 25 seconds he tanks 35,000 damage for all allies. The third eye duration is really long, and the shield being 35,000 damage is insanely huge, 10,000 more than Thetis as a matter of fact, great for tanking. For his super art, it does 70,000 fire damage physical, and for 40 seconds he tanks 50,000 damage for allies, whereas in his third eye, he'll also have the added effect of cleansing 2 damage resist debuffs. This is an insanely chunky shield. It's literally double the tanking ability of Thetis, which means you won't be seeing this break nearly ever, and the added effect of cleansing the damage resist debuffs is really nice, since on the stages that stack that, he won't have to worry about not being able to tank after a while of the debuff stacking, since he'd be cleansing it. It's very nice and definitely the strongest shield in the game by far. For his passives, when he's in third eye or true third eye, he gets 30% damage resist, as well as 20% more damage resist against burning enemies. If there's a human ally besides himself, he also gets 20% physical resist and activates true third eye. And at the start of the quest, he gets 50 arts. Overall, these are all very nice passives. The 30% unconditional damage resist is very strong, as is the extra 20% against burning enemies. And an additional 20% physical resist with a human ally is good, since you're almost always going to have another human on the team. In all though, he'll have around 70% damage resist passively, which is crazy considering that's without equips or anyone else. The 50 arts at the start is also nice to get him started into tanking for the team. As for his true weapon, it's a 5-star defense, and for 10 seconds you increase your fire damage by 30% and damage resist by 20% with a 40-second CT. Not the craziest effect, the duration is fairly short and the countdown is fairly high. As for the passives, when used by KIRISAME, he gets 100% paralysis and freeze resist, as well as an additional 60 seconds in his third eye, and also 5% attack up. Definitely strong for KIRISAME, since this will make him from a strong tank to the best tank in the game. In content that freezes or paralyzes, this equip is going to be a must-have, even with the fairly mid-active effect. But I think on stages where that isn't going to be an issue, this can easily be replaced with pretty much anything else. Overall, it's fairly obvious that KIRISAME is going to be the best tank in the game, even above units like Thetis and Miranda. His 50,000 damage shield on super art is incredibly tanky, as is his damage resist that he has built into himself passively. In any content he's in, it's fairly obvious that he can tank literally anything. Besides, of course, stages with either Fire Human or Taunt Killer. He's a very great pickup, but personally, if you already have Thetis, I do think that you're better off not chasing KIRISAME. Obviously, like I said, if you get lucky, good stuff, but from what I know, there aren't any stages that KIRISAME can do that Thetis can't, besides of course ones that are targeted against Thetis in particular. But moving on to the rest of the banner, 12th gen Mizuki. Everyone knows how good he is. His true art gives 60 type F arch gen and a strong physical resist debuff, and the most unique part of his kit, his art, is able to cleanse the team, as well as providing status element resist to them. And in endgame content, this is insanely valuable. I pitied him when he first came out and I still haven't regretted it. I use him in almost all endgame content, and if it weren't for Star God Lisa, I would get it if you pitied for him. As for Valerie, she's not terrible. She gives a strong amount of damage to water allies and is very good for water nukes, and she can even be a sustained DPS if you really tried. Nothing overly crazy or worth chasing after, of course, but she's definitely a strong pickup for water teams. And for Charlotte, she's also able to give a ton of arts damage to the team, which makes her very strong for a ton of teams, especially nukes. She could actually work somewhat okay in a sustained team of humans, which is pretty nice. She wouldn't be my first pick, but she's very good for damage buffing on a team. Not worth chasing, but she's a great pickup nevertheless. Overall though, if you're going to summon on the banner, the main targets are going to be KIRISAME and 12th gen Mizuki. I wouldn't personally go too deep on the banner unless you don't have Thetis or something. Although for anyone needing 12th gen Mizuki, I would understand it if you go deep for him. But personally, I'd say for Stargot Lisa. So basically, if you have Thetis or another usable tank, just do a 50. Even if you don't have a good tank, I still think you should be fine since chasing a tank probably isn't your highest priority. If anything, Mizuki would be a better drop generally, but if you're gonna go deep, good luck. Let me know what your thoughts are about the units though, and whether or not you're gonna summon on the banner. I won't go too deep since I'm saving, although I am hoping for KIRISAME or Charlotte. If you did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Good luck in your summons, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.